Hello, let's get right to it, shall we? This is the monthly reading for the energies of September 2025. I'm using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot for the main part of the reading. And for 3 bonus cards, I'm using the Forest of Enchantment Oracle. So you can see firsthand how these decks work together. And if you'd like to order them, I'd appreciate if you'd use my Amazon affiliate links below. I actually get an extremely tiny commission from that, but every little bit helps. And I would very much appreciate the support, and it comes at no extra cost to you if you use my affiliate links. So I'm just getting the cards out. I'm going to give each deck a quick shuffle to prep them for the reading. This is a reading for the collective, of course. If you would like, if you would like a more specific reading for a very small group of people, I also do this for my patrons. I hold my patron in a secret private group over on Facebook, and the information is linked below in the first comment and also in the description. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to shuffle these traditionally, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay. This is the Oracle deck. This will be the reading for body, mind, and spirit for the collective for the month of September. This will conclude today's video. One more shuffle. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Kind of hurting. All right, and now we do the tarot. That should be even more fun. Okay, let me see. These cards are, as I did review both decks. I'll put the cards up here for each deck that I review, so you'll see 2 cards pop up over here. The cards themselves, the cardstock is really thin. The laminate is very shiny, but a very light coating of it. So these cards are a bit on the flimsy side. So if you do purchase them, you're going to have to be careful with the deck, okay? But they should last you for years and years. The Forest of Enchantment was actually published in 2019, and I've had it since then. And I use the deck often, and it's still in prime shape. So just because a deck feels flimsy doesn't mean it's going to fall apart on you right away, all right? Just be careful with it, that's all. Reading for the collective. I'm using a spread that I've been developing. I don't have a name for the spread yet, but the card positions represent Monday through Sunday, and the magical associations with each day of the week that I'll go over will reflect those areas of life. And then the 3 bonus cards with the Oracle deck here will be for body, mind, and spirit. So I've shuffled, and I'm going to cut for the reading for the collective for the month of September 2025. Also for this spread, I do not take the cards right off the top of the deck. I cut the deck 7 times to draw each of the cards. So we have for Monday, and I'll just leave them face down till I'm ready to interpret them. Tuesday. And again, I will go over what each card position represents. And if you use this spread, you're welcome to. I just wish you would tag me if you do post it to your socials so people know where you got spread from. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, near the top. All right. Here we go. I'm going to set this aside. All right. Monday. And I apologize for the glare from my ring light. Nothing I can do about that. Otherwise, the video would just be too dark. But I will be tilting the cards. You will not see the glare on the cards themselves as I interpret them. Monday is ruled by the moon, and the moon rules over our emotions. So Monday is going to be talking about our emotional well-being for the collective for the month of September. And what we have the Ace of Challenges. What's going on with everybody? Okay. In this deck, challenges are the swords. So this is the Ace of Swords. And this is a white raven. And as many of you know, if you're into the spiritual meaning of animals, ravens are messengers. They are mystical and magical messengers. They often bring us messages from the other world, the realm of spirit. Aces in the tarot are beginnings of new things. They represent beginnings of things in the areas of life ruled over by that particular suit. The suit of challenges, just like in traditional tarot, the suit of swords, is ruled over the element of air. Air governs our mind, our intellect, academic pursuits, our thoughts. And the Ace of Challenges in particular is a fresh start in the realm of the intellect, in the realm of the mind. It is the month of September, so a lot of kids have gone back to school. Sometime in August, some schools even start after Labor Day. I know I grew up in Illinois. We never started our school year till the day after Labor Day, which is September 1st. So when I was a kid, tomorrow would technically be the first day of school. And it was like that till I was in college, until I graduated college in Illinois. And now they start in August, which I just blows my mind. I feel so bad for those kids. But anyway, this is the get back to school card. And it's also the card of get used to using your brain again, kiddos. And everyone else who's in college and graduate school, because that's what's going on right now for the bulk of everyone, the majority of everyone. In terms of emotions, the Ace of Challenges simply means it's a little bit of a time of turmoil, because it's fresh start in the realm of academia, in the realm of having to train your brain again to think along those lines. And so it can be very stressful for some people. Personally, I always loved it because I always loved school, but I had a lot of friends who would just freak out, especially when I was really young, like in elementary school up to junior high or middle school, as it's called in some places. Kids would cry in the hallways, and I mean, it was nuts. And I'd be like, what's the matter with you? This is school. It's fun. And people thought I was weird. Imagine that. Okay, now for Tuesday's card position, Tuesday is ruled by the planet Mars. Mars is the planet of conflict, warfare, struggles with others. It's not good. And here we get the Seven of Challenges, which is really kind of funny. This is the equivalent of the Seven of Swords. And here we have all these sneaky little foxes, and they've gone into this little caravan here, this Romani caravan. I use the term Romani. The derogatory term is that most people are familiar with is the term gypsy. It's the Romani people. This is a Romani caravan. Okay. And we got that out of the way. And these foxes have gone in there and they've stolen things that are of tremendous value to the Romani. They've got an accordion here. The Romani dearly loved music. And there's, music and storytelling back in medieval times was basically their only sources of entertainment. So you take away the accordion, you're dealing with something of very high value. And then there's a cup and there's a pouch here that is probably filled with coins. So these tricky little foxes have stolen things of great value from the Romani people who are living in this little caravan here. And this is a card, I call it the Thief in the Night, because it represents either a person or a situation, like maybe a job you don't like, coming along and taking something from you, and you are completely unaware until you realize that that object or maybe that source of happiness in your life is missing. So this basically, it's about discovering something that's been taken from you after the fact. So, and coming up for a Tuesday, this can mean, because Tuesday is governed by the planet Mars, and we're dealing with direct conflicts between individuals, This could be someone who's doing this completely on purpose to you. So watch it. Watch your back. Pay attention to your belongings. And I'm seeing this revolving more around work and career than the home. So I don't see anyone's home being in danger of being robbed or broken into or anything like that. But at work, I'm seeing other people who are out to take credit for your hard work. So be sure no one pulls that crap on you, okay? And if they do, call them on it, because it can negatively impact your career, you know? Now let me take a drink. I've been filling orders for readings all morning and my throat is sore. Wednesday's card is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury, yes, that's the one that goes into retrograde and screws with us 3 to 4 times a year, every year. Yes, everyone's favorite planet, Mercury. And Mercury rules over communication. So that's why when Mercury goes into retrograde, it can screw up everything. Because when you think about it, everything in our lives depends upon communication, either verbal or written. And being able to understand situations, you know, Mercury retrograde causes misunderstandings, miscommunications, and So we have here, the 10 of Spells. Spells is the equivalent of the suit of Wands and other tarot decks. The 10 of Wands, therefore the 10 of Spells, this is the card of burdens, usually in the form of either excessive responsibilities we need to deal with or things that we've procrastinated about, set on the back burner for way too long, are now coming to a head, and we have to deal with them in the month of September. That's just the way it goes. You know, you can't push something on the back burner forever. Although I know we've all tried. Doesn't work. So that's what this is. This is, you know, responsibilities demanding your attention. And these things have to get sorted out in the month of September. Absolutely. So get your ducks in a row. Get this stuff taken care of so it can stop hanging around your neck like a weight. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people walking around with a leather cord around their neck. And from the cord, there's this huge triangular stone weight hanging from it. And it's so heavy, these people have their head bowed from the weight. That is the symbolic meaning of the 10 of Spells, or the 10 of Wands in other tarot decks. So cut that leather cord, deal with the stuff, and you'll be able to move on. Okay? That is the card for Wednesday, ruled by Mercury. And again, this is just the energies for the month. I'm not saying this is exactly going to happen on a Wednesday. It's just a way to assign meanings to the card positions to give a more thorough interpretation of each card. So now we have Thursday's card. Thursdays are ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of increase. Therefore, it is associated with abundance, prosperity, and anything you wish to see grow in your life, to get more of something in your life. Excuse me. The card for Thursday is the 4 of Visions. That's interesting. Visions is equivalent to the suit of Cups in other tarot decks. So the 4 of Cups, this is a card of a feeling of general malaise, general disappointment. Things just don't sit exactly right with you. And it's telling me this feeling is going to grow because this is the Thursday card. So what lands here during the month of September, it's going to expand, it's going to grow, it's going to increase. So there's something in your life you find dissatisfying. And that feeling of dissatisfaction is only going to grow in the month of September. And I think the reason is many of you are going to still be attempting to put whatever that is on the back burner. The longer you put it on the back burner and procrastinate, the longer you're going to feel generally dissatisfied. So please take care of whatever this represents So you don't end up feeling like this the whole month, because this is not a nice way to feel. And it's also a card of having opportunities presented to you and not being able to see them, because you're too focused on pushing away whatever it is you're trying not to deal with. So just get it over with, you know, basically bite the bullet. Now, we have Friday's card. And I apologize for my voice. It is starting to go. I'm taking another drink here so I can hopefully finish, because I've got 6 more cards to get through. Friday's card. The day Friday is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is the planet of love and romance. It's also the planet of self-care. It's the planet of opulence. It represents people who love beautiful, expensive things. So it's a materialistic planet, yet loving. And for Friday's card, we get the 6 of Boons. The 6 of Boons, the suit of Boons, is the same as the suit of Pentacles in other tarot decks. The 6 of Boons is the card of generosity, of sharing what you have with others, even if what you have is very little. Like this woman here, you know, she's dressed kind of in beggar's clothes. She doesn't look like she's made out of money or anything. The typical depiction of the 6 of Boons or 6 of Pentacles in other decks is a person who is very well off, has money to spare, and they're handing out coins to people who are clearly dressed like they are less fortunate. You don't get that here. What you get here is a woman who doesn't look like she has a whole lot. She's asleep out in the forest somewhere, and she's got all these bunnies around her. And the bunnies are leaning up against her for warmth, but in turn, she's also giving the bodies of the bunnies warmth. So it's a reciprocity going on here. So for the energies of this card position being, you know, ruled over by the planet Venus, which is the planet of love, romance, self-care, opulence, it's saying, see to your own needs first before you see to the needs of others. In other words, make sure your cup is full. You cannot help others if your cup is empty. So be sure yours is full, or at least halfway full, you know, so that you're able to help them. Otherwise, it's just going to further drain you to attempt to help someone if you yourself are really low on energy, or if they're needing financial help and you don't have the financial means to help them, that sort of thing. It'll just drain you even further. And then we have Saturday's card. The planet that rules over Saturday is the planet Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of decrease. So it's the opposite meaning for the planet Jupiter for Thursday. Saturn is all about things getting smaller, things becoming less important in our lives, and things eventually fading and going away. So Saturday's card is the Keeper of Visions. Now remember, back here, Visions is the suit of cups in other tarot decks. So this is the Keeper of Visions. The keepers in the court cards are the kings, okay? So this is the same as the King of Cups. So this salmon here representing the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a person who is very, very much caught up in his thoughts and in his emotions. He's a very internal person. There's a lot going on the inside, and we typically cannot tell from looking at him what he's thinking or how he's feeling. He keeps everything pretty much close to his vest. He's also very loving, extremely compassionate. He tends to be very idealistic, and he's very supportive and giving to others of his time and of his energy. So what it's saying for the Saturday card, what is decreasing is this individual's ability to help others. So for the collective, that can mean a decrease if someone's like on benefits, government benefits, that could be decreasing. Or it could be that you're involved with someone who's always been very, very supportive of you, and then for whatever reasons, they tend to withdraw a little bit. And typically, when the Keeper of Visions or the King of Cups, when he does withdraw, it's only to recharge his own batteries. It's nothing personal, okay? So if you have someone in your life whom loves you very much, you love them, and they've been very supportive of you, but then suddenly they're kind of like not in the picture so much, it's not you, it's them. They just have the need to recharge their batteries. The King of Cups will often, well, not often, but will periodically go into moods of withdrawal, and it's only for their own emotional well-being. And then when they come back, they're as strong and as supportive and as loving as ever. So don't be surprised if that happens. Just give them time, is what this card is saying. The final card for the energies of the month, before we look at body, mind, and spirit, is the Sunday card. Sunday is ruled by the sun. And Sundays have the energies of success, achievement, happiness, good health. Like in the Tarot, the Sun card, it's like the most positive card in the deck. So let's see what it is. Oh my God. It's the Sunlight card. This is the sun. Holy cow. Oh my God. You cannot make this shit up, my friends. You cannot make this shit up. Oh my God. Okay. Someone's having a laugh. Yeah, I'm glad y'all are amused. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Haha, laugh it up, laugh it up. My guides are all just laughing like crazy. Okay. Oh, this is too funny. Excuse me while I stand up to close the door to my office. My husband's home today, and he just, even though he knows I'm recording, he just goes out and makes a ton of noise, and my phone is good enough, the microphone is good enough to pick up on all of it, so I have to shut my door. So we have the Sunlight card. The Sunlight card is the equivalent of the Sun card in the Tarot. The sun rules over the day Sunday. We are on the day Sunday. Yeah. So as I was saying about the day Sunday, having the energies of achievement, success, happiness, good health. That's the Sun card in the Tarot also. That's the Sunlight card in this deck also. And here we have the god Pan. He's playing his pipes, bringing forth all this positive energy into the natural environment. And this can also be the energy of healing as well. So it's saying September, despite the little hiccups we get throughout the month, overall, it's going to be a really amazing month for most people. And most likely it's because the seasons are changing. Whenever we get a month with an equinox in it, where we have a seasonal change, the Mabon, the fall equinox, is on the 22nd of September this year. You get this general feeling of, it's like turning over a new leaf, turning to the next page in the chapter of your life. New beginning, fresh start, new energy coming in. That's what this card represents. So it's saying, even though there's some ups and downs during the month, which is, that's life. That is life. Overall, we're all going to be succeeding over them. We're all going to be achieving. We're all going to be successful despite this stuff. But again, my guides want me to go back to the 10 of Spells and the 4 of Visions. And again, they are reiterating, please take care of those obligations in your life you've been putting off for a while, so you don't feel disappointed the whole month, so you can enjoy the blessings and the positive energy that is trying to come to you. So that is for the month overall. And now we're going to use the Oracle cards for the Forest of Enchantment, and we are going to look at body, mind, and spirit for the month of September to wrap up. I've already shuffled this, so here we go. And for this one, I just pull 3 cards from the top. Body, mind, and soul, or spirit, whichever term you prefer. And again, I'll tilt the card so you don't see the ugly glare from the ring light. For body, oh, we get the branch of summoning. Now, the branch of summoning, this is one of the extra cards in this deck. This deck has 40 cards. The last 4 cards of the deck are called the boon cards. Boon meaning blessings or a promise fulfilled, something good coming. And the branch of summoning, it's like a magic wand. But this, of course, has a branch with fruit on it, and there's all this energy swirling around it. This is the body, changes within the body. We can summon these into our lives. If you've been attempting to lose weight, like I have, focus your energy, revamp your diet, maybe go speak with your doctor, which I'm about to do because I'm so sick of this. I've been trying to diet for 2 years now, and I can't get below 151 no matter what I do. So, I don't know. So it's a card of manifestation because, of course, magical practitioners, when they harvest their wands from nature, if they don't take it from a twig that's fallen on the ground, they will, after asking permission, harvest it from a tree, especially if they're looking for a particular type of wood. And so that's what this is. And so it's saying also to use the tools that are available to you regarding your physical well-being. There we go for the body. And I need to take another drink. Okay. And then we have the mind. And we get treasure. The treasure card, as you can see, there's this treasure up here. There's a bird's wing. And you know how crows and ravens love to collect shiny things. That's what this one has done. And there's a dwarf down here, and he's digging holes, and he's burying his treasure. And what's happening is the raven's watching him. He's digging up the treasure and putting it up in his nest. That's what's going on here. So for the mind, it's saying, use what you have. Use your gifts. Don't hide your light under a bush. If you are any type of a light worker, if you have interest in doing healing work for others or readings or any type of, mediumship, any type of psychic work, get that going. Even if that means you have to take classes to hone your skills, do so, because you've got a lot of wealth within you to offer others. And regarding the mind, it could revolve around teaching others. You could be an excellent speaker or educator. Lots of people have a real flair for that. I've had some great, great teachers and professors. And then there are other people who just can't teach their way out of a paper sack, And we've all been through that. So this dwarf here, he's going through all this effort to hide his riches, and this raven is just coming along, digging it up as soon as he leaves. So it's saying, don't waste your resources. Now, we go for the final card. This is the spirit or the soul card, and we get a dragon's nest. And here we have little baby dragons just peeked out from the shell. And here's another shell starting to crack, and there's the protective mama dragon. And if you notice, her wings are ragged. This is the dragon who's been involved in battles. And she's extremely protective of her family. She's probably had to fight off some sort of threat to the eggs. What could be a predator for a dragon? I don't know, but I'm sure in this fantastical world, there are other large birds of prey who probably would love to get into a dragon's egg, So she's highly protective of her little eggs. Well, they're not so little, actually. And she also, like the raven, has got some stuff interwoven in her nesting. And there's a piece of jewelry here. There's a feather, some other jewelry. So it's that same general idea, you know, taking these little trinkets and using them to beautify her home, like the raven in the previous card here. And so this card for the soul represents having very strong spirit guides, very powerful angels around you. If you've been concerned about being protected, if you've been concerned about maybe the ability to connect with your guides, just know that they're there. Ask for their help. And then have faith that they will help you, because they will. They'll find a way. But you have to ask first. All right, so this has been the reading for September, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed it. You get a lot out of it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it and what you thought about the combining of these two decks. I think they work wonderfully well together, personally. And again, if you're interested in the reviews for these decks, those cards are listed. Also a reminder, my Patreon is open to new members. So if you're interested in getting a weekly 5 to 7 card reading on the energies of the week that's focused on a much, much smaller group, check out that link below. And just remember, my mind just went blank. I don't know what I wanted you to remember. Just go out and make it a great month, okay? This is Neferkefri of Magical Musings, wishing you all a blessed month ahead.